So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening whenever you are hearing this. Welcome to episode 2 of the Mellow podcast. I am here today with my dear friend and recently found out no longer cousin, Kade. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm
good to see you. He is from a town close to ours, and just to kind of start the podcast off, I wanna tell everybody about how we met because it is actually pretty funny. So. You came to the Hartford Rec Park before I met you there, I'm pretty sure.
Quite a few times.
You can see how big this dude is. He can hoop. All right. He even gives Clay some run for his money. But that's such a long conversation for another day. They've been beefing since they met because they're the same size and both play differently. But I used to, believe it or not, play a little b-ball myself. And Cade used to go up to our rec park. And I met him up there one day. So we obviously just kind of hit it off as friends because we have similar personalities, and later find out we have a similar love for Pokémon. And one day just shows up at one of my family reunions, and I was like, okay, cousin. Like, we didn't even question it. Like, straight up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I was like, so who are you related to? He's like, I don't know. This is Mary Sue Jane Johnson Jones, something like that. But so what you been doing, man, since you graduated high school? You working anywhere? What's going on with it?
Yeah, I actually started out. I came to Troy and played football there for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, man, it's just didn't really like it. You know, I kind of lost my love for, you know, the game and stuff. So not for my last year, my senior year, I'm no longer playing. And I've got a job coaching PE at a private school in Troy, and I love it. It's cool. Love all my kids. So
I can't imagine you teaching. That's bananas.
I know, right? Well, just PE coach. So
yeah.
You know, it's pretty simple.
What made you play football over basketball? Because ever since I've known you, you've been a hooper.
Just the only offers I had were for football, and I really wasn't trying to go to like a JUCO basketball. I had a couple of JUCO basketball offers, but no, wasn't really, you know.
You need to go where the money's at, because we can still hoop on the weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
My love was always for sure basketball.
Yeah.
Though, like.
So are you just, during the apocalypse, are you just like, I know whenever you and I have talked, you've kind of just been like working with your granddad or whatever.
Yeah, just kind of, you know, sleeping in late, playing a little golf. A lot of golf, actually. It's the only thing open anymore.
Yeah,
man, you know?
yeah. So, what are you actually, like a school teacher at the school?
Not a teacher, just a coach.
Oh,
coach,
okay.
Yeah,
so are you actually able to draw unemployment for that? Were you getting paid for this?
Well, I filed for it, but yeah, I was getting paid. I filed for it, but I only filed for it like a couple weeks ago, so I haven't really got anything back yet. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope I do.
I'm not really drawing any unemployment for playing music. Don't know if you've heard.
Yeah.
So I started having to sell old Pokemon cards.
It
but
works.
yeah, we'll get to it. I promise. I prefaced all this. Cade and I have been talking all day about doing this podcast, and I told him I had some steamy secrets hidden up my sleeve. But so with me playing music and everything, what have you been listening to lately? Because that's all we got to do, man. I've been discovering a lot of music. I wanted to see your input before I give mine.
So I'm a little like, I like all kinds of music pretty much. Mostly, I guess, rap. Mostly, but
True.
A little rock. Every now and then. Country, just if it's kind of on, I guess.
Yeah, if you're in Subway, because for some reason it's always playing.
Elevator music, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I've recently gotten into, I don't know if you've ever heard of the genre bedroom pop.
Bedroom pop sounds something sexual.
Oh, it's nice. It's actually a derivative of people recording pop music in their bedroom.
Oh.
And it's like, it's basically just indie.
I never would have known.
Yeah.
Never would have known.
I know that I've gotten into a kick on it lately, and if you check out my stream at twitch.tv/fliphcheese, you'll be hearing some of that. We're actually struggling, Cade and I are struggling to find a game to play, really. What made you get into Fortnite in the first place? For everybody who didn't know, Cade started kind of playing with the Gieselman and myself on Fort, because if I remember correctly, you told me that you never really played games up until that point.
Yeah.
What made you want to play Fortnite?
Really just like Fortnite was really hot at the time, especially,
It's hot.
literally everybody was on Fort. So
Yeah.
all my friends were on it. Nobody was any good, especially. So it was just fun to get on there and kind of just
Yeah.
talk when we were at home or,
Dude, it
mess
was
around.
it was
joke.
so nice
Yeah.
just getting on there.
We
and
were
just
on like
talking,
a year or two span where we just really kind of just
every day playing,
every
bro.
day for hours and hours.
So nice.
It was
Watch
fun.
that cable right there, Jenny. But what was your favorite gun on Fortnite? I always was it Boombo probably?
Easily.
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
Because I don't have good aim. So,
Yeah,
you just
true,
get near
true.
them and 100 damage. Man.
So I doubt my boss will hear this. Shout out to David. What's good with you? But every day that he sees me, he's like, "What's up, Flip?" And he actually can call me that because he used to watch my stream daily, dude. I'm so serious. Like,
wait, is this the same doctor that was always in the chat?
No. He wasn't a doc. This is just like our director of surgery. He's just my boss man. He just always, I guess it's kind of nice in a way to be able to watch somebody that play for it, you know what I mean? But he's still playing now. He, as much as he's reluctant to admit, he always has a little something to tell me. And apparently, I don't know if you know this, they have brought the Boombo back in a sense. Like there's like these little henchmen or whatever that have it, and
I've seen a few videos on YouTube.
I hadn't really been keeping.
It's kind of weird. I haven't touched Fortnite since Chapter 2 started, or like really since season like 10.
Yeah, you remember? I mean, I streamed it the first day of Chapter 2.
Yeah,
but David keeps telling me that he gets in the helicopter that they have, and he'll just Boombo.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? So, what do you think killed it, man?
A lot of things.
I think the straight just nail in the coffin was the mechs, dude. I think that was it.
The mechs was bad. I watched the video the other day, so I don't know if you're familiar with Cypher PK.
Oh yeah.
So Cypher, I love Cypher.
The teacher.
Loved the trap god.
Trap god.
Loved watching Cypher all the time. So a few weeks ago, I watched his video on YouTube of him saying how Fortnite was just lately it's just gotten so sweaty. Like you can't even go to a pub without getting absolutely sweated on, dude. Triple ramp. Coming down, like it's just it got really sweaty and really hard to just enjoy. So I think that's what really killed Fortnite for me.
That and I feel like they stopped giving people the LTMs that they wanted, the limited time modes for our listeners out there in internet land who are unfamiliar. We try and touch on a couple of subjects that I think everybody would enjoy here at the Mellow Mood podcast. But I just wanted to take a second to actually talk about today's sponsor. Boom! Surprise! You get it? Nice. So, with the economy being the way that it is, I have recently and genuinely, this is not a joke. Seriously, I have opened up an eBay store, and if you're interested in checking any of this stuff out, you can literally just search up FLIP 0709 on eBay. Just give it a sconch. So we're here, Kade. It's time. This is the perfect segue into our favorite subject. Kade and I recently came across a gold mine of information that is old Pokemon cards.
Pokemon trading card games.
Can I just say that I saw Detective Pikachu maybe yesterday or the day before, and the one thing that bothered me more than anything is throughout the entire movie they said Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not Pokemon.
No, it's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon.
An officially licensed Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
Said Pokemon several times.
Throughout the whole movie.
Oh my God, it drove me.
Can we just talk about how bad the Pokemon actually looked in that movie?
Yeah,
they looked terrible.
So weird.
I know it's supposed to be like a real life version in a sort, but they look so bad.
I don't even.
Pikachu was furry. Like Pikachu's not furry in the anime.
Still cute. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Bulbasaur.
I don't like the deep voice on Pikachu either because it's like a grown 40-year-old man.
Dude,
like,
literally, it's Yellow Ted. Yeah. That's all that movie was Yellow Ted without the Thunder Buddy song. Yeah. And that's the only thing that's good about Ted. No offense to Ted. You seen that quick back pedal boy.
Yeah. Speaking of Ted, while we're on this, is kind of just
off the dome.
Off the dome.
So okay.
I first made an Instagram, and my very first post when I was in 7th grade was a picture of Ted, and he had bumping the middle fingers up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, telling Thunder F you.
True.
You know that.
Mm-hmm,
So that was my first post on Instagram. So my mom sees it.
Oh no.
She's like, "You're deleting that now, right now." So I didn't have an Instagram after that for like a year or two.
True.
Because of Ted. That just came out of nowhere. I don't know why I thought of that. But
My first post on Instagram was me beating a really hard song on Rock Band 2 drums. It's called what is it called? Panic something other. Really hard song. Why do I feel so numb?
I don't know. I never could get into the rock.
Dude,
the rock band
oh
or Guitar
my
Hero.
God,
I
dude.
tried.
I have had so many fun times, like just the boys coming over and just
Shredding.
Guitar Hero 2 was so, and oh my God, before everybody attacks me when I say Guitar Hero 2 is bad, it's one of the greatest games ever made. I'm just saying that the charting was not as accurate as it could have been, okay? Dude, Guitar Hero 2 was so bad that there was a song called Carry Me Home, and my buddy Kenneth and I, we used to struggle with it so bad. The only way that I ever could beat that song is if I muted my TV and just played the chart. Isn't that disgusting? Like,
Doesn't sound fun. I'm
no.
not real familiar with
Yeah.
Guitar
The
Hero,
competitive Guitar Hero scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But anyways, let's reel it on back in.
All right.
So what got you back into just Pokemon in general? Like, what made you get back into it, dude?
I don't know, man. When I was younger, I was always a lot of my friends always played sports games or Call of Duty, stuff like that, and I really just I don't know, man. I couldn't beat playing Pokemon Game Boy or DS. That was always my favorite thing, my favorite game.
Always. You played it on a Game Boy or what?
First started with the Game Boy, then Game Boy SP or whatever color, whatever.
Yeah.
So then the DS. I was heavy on the DS.
Never had a DS, dude.
The DS was lit.
For sure.
Two screens, man. Come on.
Come on.
Then they came out with 3D. Come on.
Dude.
Come on, dude.
Why are you so cocky? Come on, bro. So,
DS was great.
what was your first Pokemon game? What did you?
My first Pokemon game was.
Yeah.
I probably had a couple before. Didn't play them as much, but the first one I really grinded on, had like over 100 hours on, was Pokemon Emerald.
Oh, dude.
Which was, I don't know if you
remember
that.
Oh yeah, I played Ruby. Remember?
Oh, so you're in the same era, kind of.
Oh yeah. But I don't mean to flex. My first game.
How do you feel about Sword and Shield? Have you played any Sword and Shield?
I hadn't played a Pokemon game since Ruby, my friend.
Wow.
I'm really sorry,
sad.
I'm sorry,
Sword
dude.
and Shield's great.
Yeah.
Sword
I wonder if this.
I bought a Switch just to play Sword and Shield.
Dude, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I got. I've heard that Breath of the Wild is worth
Yeah,
getting a Switch
too.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to know somebody who was super duper into it. But what made you get back into getting Pokemon cards specifically? Just straight nostalgia or what?
I mean, nostalgia was a big part of it. Kind of that night that we discovered.
Yeah,
I guess.
we'll get into it.
Your
Yeah,
old collection.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
That was good.
Such a cool night.
I played a bunch of tournaments with a group of friends I had in middle school and stuff, and we'd go around to tournaments in like Atlanta, Tallahassee, stuff like that.
That's so weird.
It is weird because you don't hear about stuff like that.
Yeah, and your personality does not say.
It doesn't.
I played Pokemon cards.
Yeah, dude, a lot of people don't even.
Yeah.
Would never know. But,
no, dude, for real.
It was really fun. Like staying in the hotels, preparing for the tournament, like just like an AAU tournament or something like that, or going to a football camp or whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing, kind of. You just you prepare, you go and do the best you can. So
yeah. So how well you did, was it directly associated with how good your cards were? Because I still to the day don't know how to play Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, you don't, do you? I forgot.
I know, bro.
So really, there's a meta always in Pokemon, in anything. Like the meta in Fortnite is going to be a Scar with a legendary shotgun. So the meta in Pokemon, there's always going to be a meta for that season, which is going to be the top 3 or 4 decks. And I would say 80 to 90% of that tournament, there's only going to be a variation of 4 or 5, 6 different decks.
It's basically like everyone's trying to get a gold Scar, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody pretty much has those cards because they're readily available. You can buy them from anywhere. So you kind of there's only a difference of a few cards in each of the best decks. So it's pretty much down to RNG. Whatever you draw for that turn, or whatever your opening hand is.
I thought you were saying it's RNG based, as in like the cards that you pull.
No.
Yeah.
It's RNG based on like when you sit down for that game, that tournament, or that match or whatever, if you're top 7 cards, you're like, I mean, you kind of know within the first 2 or 3 turns if you're going to win or lose that game. So,
oh, dang, dude.
Yeah, so it moves pretty quick.
I bet that it is a very similar feeling to, like, seeing the code card. Like, if it's green, you know, sure. You're like, I just blew like, $4.
I mean, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like, if you, like I said, if you're open hand 7 cards and 4 of them are what you can work with, you know pretty well.
What's the market like with all that? Is there good money in the tournaments and all that?
I mean, there's good prize money. Like, I know when I was younger, the top prize was like a $25,000 scholarship for the Atlanta Regionals.
That's incredible
for a college. Like, you know, you're in 6th, 7th grade. You don't care about that. You want the booster packs you get for winning. You know, you don't care about the money, but there is, you know, some money involved. Yeah. For sure.
So, and I guess just being a part of that culture and everything.
Yeah, like, I mean, pretty much everybody there is having fun for the same reason, just because you love to play Pokemon, or
right?
You know,
yeah. I just love Scyther.
Yeah.
So, I guess what makes you buy like old Pokemon cards? This is ultimately leading up to the most important question I have to ask you about all this. What makes you want to buy? So Kade bought a lot of the card. Well, I'm going to tell the story shortly, I promise. But what made you buy like all of my old cards just to have them straight because of the culture, because of nostalgia? Or?
Yeah, nostalgia, and I would consider myself kind of a collector.
Yeah.
So I like completing the sets of older cards all the way up to the new.
I bet that's a dangerous slope, isn't it?
It's expensive. it gets bad. But yeah, pretty much just nostalgia and just.
I got you. So if that's the case, this is the question. What made you sell your old cards, dude?
You don't even know this, but I didn't sell my cards. So I was 4th, 5th grade. My mom has a big yard sale. So this was, it's pretty sad when you hear it now. So I had, I don't know, 10,000 cards or more.
No.
Yes, easily. Dude. All in just shoe boxes, just out. And we were selling like the shoe boxes of cards for like $10. And like, so I remember this family coming by, and like this kid was looking at, you know, at this point I'm thinking, I'm never gonna play Pokemon again. You know,
I'm a grown man.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm not gonna need these anytime. So this kid comes by, and I can tell he really likes Pokemon. He really wants them. So I have the goodness in my heart. I'm just trying to so I like just take them off for like $10. So I guess technically I did sell them, but
dude.
Yeah. And there's no telling what those cards are worth right now, thousands and thousands.
Because played.
Yeah.
You knew what they were.
Dude, like they're
that makes my tummy hurt.
There was definitely $10,000 of cards in there. Right now. Not back then, but now they're worth $10,000 or more. Easily. Which hurts me just as much as it hurts you.
What hurts the most? So, Kade and I had been kind of chilling. I literally just asked him to come over here just one night to just hang out, because it'd been years since we had just hung out, and since we've been playing Fortnite, we've been talking a lot, and it was due time. It was time to chill. And I was like, I was setting an alarm to wake up in the morning because he had intended on crashing here or whatever, and it was starting to get to like 11 o'clock at night or something. And when I set the alarm, I was like, dang, dude. Because and when I say a nice car, I'm not trying to flex or nothing. I'm just saying, like, my truck, I don't need to be going places I don't need to be going. And I had an alarm set every day to go to my mom's house to go get my old Pokemon cards. And I was like, dude, I really need to go down there and get them Pokemon cards. And that's how all this started, bro.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea you used to play. I had no idea you were super into it. You've been into it 15 years. Nothing. And we rode down there and found some gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can't
for sure.
I can't tell exactly where they're at back there. I was gonna just gesture to her.
But I would say if you can get that Charizard graded, so he has one card that. Do you want to tell him the price that it could be worth?
A base set Shadowless first edition Holo Charizard. It sold for like $48,000 last year,
and he has one.
Yep. And it's pretty fire. She's got headphones on, but let me try and get her attention. I'll get her to hand me one. Do you know where that Charizard's at back there? See if you can find that Charizard. But in the vein of that, what is the most expensive card that you've ever pulled?
Most expensive card.
It's in a top loader.
Just you talking about Pokemon?
Yeah, like ever you opened up a pack and you saw it, because I know like the shiny Charizard and that rainbow Charizard are worth like a whole bunch.
So I haven't pulled the actual rainbow Charizard, but I don't know. I'd say I pulled like an $80-$85 card at the moment, which years down the road, like it is now, I'd say those cards that were worth $80 then can be worth $1,000 now. So
yeah.
You know, I don't know honestly.
How long ago was that? The $80? I don't know,
8 years or more.
Thank you.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9 years.
Jesus, do you remember what it was?
I don't remember the exact name, but it was some rarity of Donphan. Do you remember Donphan? Okay, so yeah, it was some rarity of Donphan. So don't remember the exact name or anything really much about it. I just remember it was $80-$85, which back then was spend $4 on a pack. You're like, wow, $80.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and now like the super rare, super expensive ones are like $25.
Yeah,
dude. But here's the card. I don't really know how well it's gonna focus or whatever, but that's that card that we were talking about. I just happen to have it at the apartment with me. I don't know if you can. That Dabburn Hollow Charizard, boy. Yeah. Ooh, buddy. She is looking good, baby. But I'll probably get, what you think, $400, $500, something like that, maybe.
If you PSA grade it,
yeah, maybe probably something like that.
Up to $1,000,
yeah,
potentially.
What's the most expensive card you've ever owned, not pulled, but ever had? You've probably had one recently, because I know that you said that them two cards in your car, that first time I sat in your car over at the gas station, were like $100.
Yes. Recently, probably. I've had a card worth about $200, I'd say. Yeah. You've seen the binder that I have. It's probably $2,000 in that one binder.
It's insane, dude. Yeah. On freaking Pokemon cards. I was trying to explain to one of the doctors the other day, because he's like, "Man, you're a janitor in surgery. How are you paying for your rent? I know it's tough for you. If it's tough for me, I'm a doctor." I said, turning trick in Atlanta and selling Pokemon cards. But the secret that I've been keeping from Kade is that I have recently been doing some business with a local distributor, and I bought 4 cases of Hidden Fates tins.
Cases?
That's 48 tins, dude.
Of
Hidden Fates, bro.
Oh my god! I just want to know, can I be here when you open it? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna buy 12s. I don't know. I think we're gonna buy 12s at a time, like 12 tins at a time. Cause we basically, like, every 2 weeks we restock our inventory, and that's like a super big buy. And by the way, Hidden Fates are like the hardest to find, best set to buy, and I just got lucky and found a woman who knows a distributor who can come up with a few. Yeah, you did. He put me on. So I told compensation.
Yeah, for sure.
But I told her, I was like, we basically will be infinitely buying Hidden Fates as long as they keep selling, because there's a card in that set that's worth $250, dude, for one card,
and that's out of the pack.
Yeah,
PSA graded 10,000.
Yeah, that's nutty, bro. Yeah,
and you have a decently good chance.
Yeah, especially if we buy. Yeah. Where she literally told me that she was gonna sell me the entire display case. Is that the like stand up tall thing?
Yeah. That's what I was asking earlier. I was like,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because at $25 a tin, it was like $300 for 12, so $1,200, and that's over 2 months. I mean, that's not bad, dude.
No, it's really not.
Yeah, and we'll only buy them as we can, and I'm sure that she's not like gonna reserve them for us or whatever. So, but that was like our big, like the climax of the podcast, if you will, is Pokemon cards, and Kade has been like just shivering. He's so excited to figure out what we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, dude. And that's it. We're getting a
That's
freaking
crazy.
Hidden Fates display case, dog.
That's crazy.
Yep. So
It's expensive.
yeah.
But I mean, the return could be even better. So.
I know, dude. We hadn't went black yet. We're still technically red, but luckily we have enough like old Pokemon cards and backstock that we're able to kind of keep chipping away at it. So at this point, it's kind of perpetually pushing itself forward and paying for itself. It's not like every time I get paid, I'm blowing my whole paycheck on Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
You know, like every time that like, so for instance, you gave us some money. That money will undoubtedly go to buy the rest of those Raichu things that we bought, or whatever his name is. I don't even know his name. So, what have you been doing during the apocalypse? I know that you kind of played some golf or whatever.
Yeah, honestly, just a lot of golf, sleeping a lot, helping my granddad, just around the house and stuff, trying to make a little money.
For sure. You were living by yourself in Troy, right?
Well, I had a roommate, but yeah.
Well, so did you have a roommate when you were teaching too, or you?
Yeah. It was all living in the same house.
Oh, I got
I'll just go back and forth.
Yeah. I knew that you were going back and forth because you were playing Fort here some and stuff like that. Do you think that you think this is the end of the world, man? A lot of people don't. But a lot of people also thought that Obama was the Antichrist. I'm telling you, dude. I was watching an analysis thing of like the Bible, the series, and they made the Antichrist look like Barack Obama. It was weird.
That's
like
insane.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. What do you think? What do you think is actually going to end the world if it's not going to be something like this? What are your thoughts? You thinking aliens, dude? Or are we talking?
I don't think the world
one real drunk redneck
will end while we're alive. Still.
Yeah. Oh no, I doubt it too, man.
So that's why I don't know. I try not to worry about it too much. If it's not going to happen during my lifetime,
True that. Yeah. So, it's over my head, bro.
Yeah.
Because they say in 4,000 years the sun's going to explode or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Who cares, dude? I'm not gonna be here, bro.
That's the people's problem in 6,020.
So why are we spending so much money on Fortnite skins and Pokemon cards if it's all gonna be gone one day?
Because we enjoy it, I guess.
Indeed. So with the world being the way that it is, what are you doing to stay happy, basically? I just like to word it that way, with it being the Mellow Mood podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. I play some video games, or a lot of video games.
True that.
TV, Netflix, YouTube.
What are you playing these days?
Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Duh.
That there's a few other games. Been trying to play a little Overwatch.
Duh. As soon as this podcast ends, and I mean the second this podcast ends, we are hopping on the grind because I am back to loving Overwatch again, but it is not fun to play alone.
It is not. I'm
telling you. It's so much fun because Kade will be playing and he doesn't really know anything, and the panic hits just like it hits everybody. Like, because every character has a different control set. So I'll just be in his ear going, press LB right now.
Heal.
That's the
throw your shield.
Yep.
Throw your shield.
Dude, that's literally how heal. Yeah, he's like, I can't.
Reload. And I'm just like, oh my god.
It's fun, dude. I'm telling you, because like when I first started, I was playing with once again, am I referencing my friend in Ohio, the love of my life, Matthew David Kurg? Like I was playing Mortal Kombat with him specifically, but I think we played a little bit of Overwatch, but he always used to coach me and stuff. And that's kind of like where I started picking that crap up, and playing Grief back in the day. As you can imagine, there was always a group of 12 8-year-olds that are trying to learn how to play Grief, and they see that I got the blue eyes on there, and they're like, oh, you must be good. Hey, bro. You think you could teach
me?
You think you could teach me? I'm like, sure, let's play Transit. Said no one ever, because Transit is booty meat. You know what you do with booty meat? Not eat it, I can tell you that much. Booty meat. Do you think that, and this is still on the same subject, I don't want you to think I'm being totally random, but do you think that it's worth catching the Rona to be in a relationship? I think that is a very valid question that I've recently been asking myself. Do you think it's worth catching the Rona to be around somebody that you love? Put yourself in the headset. Put yourself in headset. Overwatch. Put yourself in the right mindset of like someone who's like falling in love or is recently establishing a relationship. Do you think it's worth growing that relationship if you have the potential to literally die? What do you think, dude?
Me
It's hard
personally, I feel like the way I look at things, I'm healthy enough, apparently if you have a healthy, lungs, respiratory system, you have a 99 point something % chance of, Corona doing nothing to you. So I would honestly just pursue it. I don't know. I don't think that's just me though, because I don't feel like I've never been I was never worried about this disease when it first started going around.
Your parents?
I call it a disease. It's not a disease. It's a virus.
It's a virus.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It's a me.
So, like literally Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, the first 2 players to get diagnosed with Corona in the NBA, were over it in like 2-3 weeks. Like they're fine. So like it doesn't. I'm obviously not that healthy, but I feel like I could beat it pretty.
It's weird how your parents and grandparents would both say that you're stupid for wanting to pursue a relationship, but also think that the virus itself is stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like you're wrong either way.
Really.
Which is crazy. Like I've kind of like slowly but surely, like, because my mother's one of them people that is blissfully ignorant about like government and what's happening in the world and stuff. Not that I'm super political, but she just like doesn't care. She's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I respect the fact that you're just like happy regardless, but it's like at some point you gotta say, so did Bush do 9/11 or but it's just weird that a lot of people that are that age have that mentality. I don't know what caused that, if it's their upbringing or whatever. And I'm not saying that everybody's the same. I'm just saying that a lot of the people, especially around here in the Bible Belt, do have a very similar mentality to that. Everyone's dumb and they're only doing this to attack Trump. It's crazy. And it's not that I'm a big Trump guy. It's just, but it's just, I think ultimately, as far as that subject goes, I think that the ultimate burning question is being sick, being happy. Like, is it worth being sick to be happy? And I think, shoot, yeah. I mean, what else is there, dude? Like, you can be religious, you can believe in God or don't, but at the end of the day, if you're not happy living, doing whatever you're doing, what's the point, dude? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I don't understand people who are in dead-end jobs who just, like, don't care.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not go ahead and pursue something that you love?
Yeah, dude, because, I had been going to school when my dad died. I was trying to be an English teacher, and I started going back to school. I had to do a CPR certification class somehow. What is that?
Yeah, I'm in that now.
What a joke that was. It was just like, I think we buried Dad on Sunday maybe or something like that, and then I went back to school like Monday. If it wasn't that Monday, it was the Monday after. Mm-hmm. And the first class, 7 o'clock in the morning, which, first of all, is for the birds.
Yeah, I've never took a 7.
No, it is. Sorry, don't make me feel too good. But yeah, I took that. My first class ever in college was a 7 o'clock start, and it was English 101. Oh, yuck, dude. Ew. Yeah, that's like finding some old milk and taking a swig, dog.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So my first class back was CPR certification, dude. After I did CPR on my dad a week before. And I sat through it for like 3 weeks. And then after that, I had music theory, which is the hardest class at Enterprise State Community College. What?
Really?
Dude, it's awful. It is so hard. I don't know what it is, and I'm not throwing shade. It may be the teachers. It may just be the fact that the class is hard, but I heard it the whole time, and then I got in, and literally the whole time I'm sitting there, all I hear is, like, just nothing, just dead line. Nothing was going in or coming out.
Yeah.
And I play music for a living. something ain't right, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, it is a very hard conversation to have with your now single parent with one child. Hey, Mom, I'm going to drop out of school. Don't know what I'm going to do, but it ain't this. So, luckily, and I say luckily with great hesitation, luckily, I moved out almost instantly. Just things happen that way, and I ended up, for the best, having to move out or whatever. I don't know, I'm rambling a little bit. That's what I do. But I moved out, and I was forced into working, and ended up where I'm at. And look at where we are, dog. I'm pretty thrilled. Hey, air dab, because the corona.
Well, I know we're like 6 feet. We're like 4.
Yeah. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
We could touch tongue. We don't have to. We don't have to do that or whatever.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So have you been watching any Netflix during the apocalypse, dude?
Yeah, I've been watching one of my favorite shows. Well, series I guess was Ozark. It was really good. I finished it in like a couple weeks.
Did you?
Yeah, it was
finished
awesome.
it? Let's not spoil it.
Yeah, let's not.
But how about?
Yeah. Darling.
Dude, how about just everything? Did you start it now? You started it recently?
Yeah, like within like the past few weeks.
My mother and I have been watching Ozark since it came out. And
How long has it been out?
This is the 3rd year. It takes a year it's just like Stranger Things.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Nobody knew about it, dude. And I don't know if it was just God's grace or the apocalypse, but everybody has been talking about it. Everybody's been watching it, and I am stoked because I've said it's like an overly dramatic Breaking Bad. Like, I love me some Breaking Bad, boy. Ooh.
I've wanted to watch Breaking Bad, but I've never.
You haven't got.
I haven't, but I want to.
You've got to get on that, brother.
I know. A lot of my friends tell me it was.
Oh,
awesome.
it's the best show ever made. I mean,
really? Ever made?
Yeah. I'm pretty confident, dude. I'm interested if you watch it, if you'll agree with me. I know a lot of people do.
Well, if I like Ozark, everybody's told me that I'd like.
Yeah. It's going to be a little bit slower, I think. I don't really remember how Ozark starts, but
you don't remember?
Not really.
I'm not going to say.
Yeah,
anything.
good call. But my mother and I we started it whenever the show first came out, and that was like originally. I don't know if I told you. I feel like I did, but I do a recommendation at the end of every podcast, and that was initially going to be my recommendation was for people to watch Ozark, but you just did it for me. It's so good.
It is.
Out of 10. What you think? So far.
9.5.
Yeah, dude.
It's up there.
I'm touching.
It's almost a 10.
I'm touching maybe 9. Yeah.
It's up there. It's really good.
I still don't give Breaking Bad a 10. I give it a 9.5 for sure. Yeah. I say Ozark is a 9 though. Mm-hmm. But I also loved Lost, and Lost was not a great show at the end of the day.
I don't know what that is.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it is, no.
What? A bunch of people get stranded on an island?
Oh, yeah. I've heard of it, but I don't know. I've never seen an episode.
Let me just say, it goes down.
It reminds me of, what's the movie with
Tom Hanks, Castaway.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Castaway.
Wilson! Yeah, the volleyball.
The volleyball. Oh my God! At least he has friends though, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start wrapping it up here in just a second, but and by no means am I putting any pressure on anybody. But with times being as hard as they are, I'm not much of a beggar. But if you do feel so inclined to help the podcast out, help us grow, maybe get some better equipment than this little table I got. It's falling apart. I'm scared to touch it. Before the podcast started, I said, "Hey, Kade, don't touch this table. It might fall apart." If you feel free to help us out, I do have my information here, and I feel like end goal for this. I think I want to do like a gigantic one where we all get together. Oh. Dude, how dope would that be?
Like just a big room, like a circle full of chairs and all the guests.
Because like I have enough cables and whatnot. I have enough cables and stuff to where I could put it in my living room and like we could all just dude, and we could
like me, you, Geese, Clay.
Yes, dude, the Bill group, bro.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Horatio.
Oh my goodness gracious alive, sweet baby boy Horatio, my brown sugar. I'm telling you. If an angel was on earth, it's him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't hurt a fly. No. He'd probably help a fly.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure how long this has been. We're basically, dare I say, free balling every episode of this.
Mostly.
Yeah. Mostly free balling.
Is that what you've just been doing? You just kind of have topics. And
Yeah,
just kinda
we just hang out and talk, bro. I mean, that's all it is, dude. I told you he was super nervous before we started, but I was like, bro, we're just gonna get together and talk. Yeah. So with all that being said, today's recommendation, I humbly would suggest you guys check out our friend Tristan, Cody, and Christian, our friends at the Third Room podcast. They are also from the school that I went to school at. Cade's known them for a long time. But their podcast is super cool. I was a guest on it, and in a way, it kind of inspired me to want to have similar conversations to theirs. But, similar also to the podcast that I've been listening to for years as well. But their podcast is super entertaining. They've got it figured out a lot better than I do. I can say that. So I guess with all that being said, Kate, if you have anything that you want to say, we'll call.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. We talked about pretty much covered everything.
I'm telling you, covered all the bases. Yeah. Well, I tell you, I appreciate you coming and visiting me again today, man. I'm glad that we finally got a setting to actually tell people what we do, because I mean, a lot of people are interested in the things that we talk about. I mean, it's evident with how much exposure my first one got, because Geese and I literally talked about nothing, just like you and I did.
Yeah.
So, but
random stuff. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate everybody stopping by again and hanging out with us. Hopefully, we'll be back next week and sometime soon. Big boy podcast. With a room full of bros, just pitter pattering, getting at her, and talking about life. But with all that, this has been the Mellow Mood Podcast. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we will see you on the next episode.